This video features a high-end limited edition collectible and is intended for adult collectors. Hey guys, welcome to Toy Chat. This is Max.
And Sang.
Today we'll be reviewing another 1/6 scale deluxe collectible figure from Hot Toys, the Black Panther. This is the Movie Masterpiece Series 470 signature version of the character as he appears in his own film. As I'm sure many of you already know, the starring actor of Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, passed away this past August 28th following a very private battle with colon cancer. Sang and I are huge fans of the MCU. These characters are very, very near and dear to our hearts, so we were absolutely devastated by this news. You know, there's no denying that Black Panther had an incredible impact on the MCU, the Marvel fandom, and really, I would say, our culture in general. So I purchased this figure off eBay about 2 months ago, and I had really been wanting to review him for a while, but now more than ever, I really want to make a point to show a little love and tribute for the character. So proceeds from this video will benefit charity for, at minimum, the next 3 months. 100% of AdSense revenue from this video will be donated in Chadwick Boseman's name to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Chadwick Boseman visited St. Jude many times to support young people experiencing struggles very similar to his own. And even though they focus on research for cancers beyond just colon cancer, it is a very impactful charity that goes a long way in advancing funding and the understanding of and research of, these conditions that are impacting millions of lives. So if you'd like to make additional donations yourself, we'll include links in the video description below. My original plan was to use the YouTube giving program to directly link a fundraiser to this video. But unfortunately, Sang and I are a little bit of a smaller channel, comparatively speaking, so we are not eligible to do that. So we're just gonna have to do this manually. As I said, the AdSense revenue will be donated directly, and after a couple months pass, if it starts becoming more difficult to track the revenue from this video specifically for donation, I'm gonna go ahead and just fully demonetize the video. This video is definitely made out of love and support and tribute of Chadwick Boseman and the Black Panther and Marvel and MCU. So we hope you guys enjoy it, and with that being said, let's dive into the review and get a closer look at this beautiful figure.
This Hot Toys figure was originally released in late 2018, but is still listed on Sideshow's Collectibles website. As of right now, it's sold out and the waitlist is full. His standard price is $259. Black Panther comes packaged in a large matte cardboard box, displaying textured artwork of the character's mask over metallic black to purple claw marks. We see the Black Panther film logo at the bottom and a sticker at the top left corner advertising the figure's special LED light unit that comes packaged with the stand. The back of the box shows the logo once again, above product and warning information. As the box states, Hot Toys is adult collectibles suggested for collectors 15 and up. Once you remove the main sleeve, the inner packaging is covered by a large black and purple insert, listing designer's credits for the figure. Beneath that, we see plastic domes containing the figure himself and several accessories. There are multiple layers of plastic, including one at the bottom containing the LED light unit and stand, broken up into pieces. Let's unbox it all and take a closer look.
So, of course, after opening a Hot Toys product, the very first thing you should do is read the instruction manual, which is thankfully very comprehensive, but also pretty concise. It gives you important tips on setting up and maintaining the figure, in Black Panther's case, warning you of things like the suit should be kept away from extreme temperatures and sharp objects. Here is Hot Toys Black Panther fully unboxed. His helmet is intricately detailed at all sides, sporting linings of metallic chrome detailing, tribal inscriptions, and variations of texture as shown in the film. The textured patterns of detailing continue all the way around the head sculpt, up to his finely pointed ears. The head is very posable and can be swapped off quite easily with just a simple twist and tug. Once you remove the helmet piece, you'll notice a second plastic attachment that holds it in place. This piece is only required when you have the helmet on, so you'll need to remove it before swapping to the unmasked head. This can feel a bit scary at first because you do need to use a bit of force, but once it's popped off the ball joint at the neck, you're ready to swap. For the figure's additional head sculpt, we have unmasked King T'Challa, modeled after, of course, the face of Chadwick Boseman himself. This head is placed directly onto the neck ball joint, and with the additional piece removed, I do have to say we start seeing a bit of a difference in size. This head doesn't look perfectly scaled to the body from certain angles, but it's not a big issue for me. This is a beautiful recreation of the actor for the most part, with a stern expression, sculpted hair, and beard. For some reason, this sculpt doesn't feel quite as strikingly lifelike as certain other Hot Toys heads I've seen, like Doctor Strange. It may in part be because there's a bit less texture to the skin, so there's a very smooth, almost filtered look to him. Even so, it makes for beautiful photos, and I'm really glad this was included for the full T'Challa Black Panther experience.
As an addition to the helmet head sculpt, there's an eyepiece that can be swapped into the helmet if you like Black Panther's eyes to be visible with the helmet on. A plastic grip tool is included to help you remove the usual lens piece and replace the eyes whenever you like. Below his head, Black Panther is covered entirely in his trademark black bodysuit. It looks simple at a glance, but if you take a closer look, there is a huge amount of texture and detail. His silver claw necklace is sculpted onto the suit, and there is a similar metallic detailing along his forearms and hips. The torso has lifelike chest and abdominal shape beneath the suit, giving a form-fitting look. The instruction booklet recommends that the suit never be removed, as this could damage the figure. The figure's claws hands are removable separate pieces. Very simple to pop and swap off. The suit wraps slightly over the ball joint at the wrist, so you'll need to adjust it slightly and be cautious of bunching of the fabric when you swap hands.
The bodysuit continues onto Black Panther's legs with another set of metal claw detailing wrapping around each shin back to the calf. The inseams of the suit are discreetly off to the sides. His feet have a very interesting design with sculpted shoes, if that's what we want to call them, and a textured padding at the soles, as well as another set of silver claws along the edges. There's a unique articulation point at the tips of his toes, which allow you to tilt the tip of his feet up and down slightly. This allows for greater motion of poses, and flattening them down helps keep the figure stationary to stand on his own. Black Panther has several points of articulation total. His head can tilt both vertically and horizontally. I did notice movement is restricted a bit more when you have the unmasked head on, likely because the secondary piece isn't there for the extra breathing room. He can also bend at his shoulders, elbows, and wrists. The hands are pretty posable, but because they're placed in most cases over the suit fabric at the wrist, I'd try to be wary of how much you're scrunching back with each pose. Although you can get this guy in pretty dynamic poses, extreme movement feels a bit risky, especially at the shoulders, because the suit is very tight and there's some visible bunching of the fabric the further you pull back. Personally, I wouldn't want to warp or tear this suit over time, so I'll definitely be using some caution there. There appear to be joints just below the chest and at the hips for some swiveling movement, but I didn't want to go too crazy there once again because of the tight fabric. The knees and ankles are posable as well, and as we mentioned before, he also bends at the toes. I did notice it's a bit tough to pose the legs too close together in this suit, but overall, there are quite a few movement options here.
A set of 5 additional hand sculpts are included with the packaging, racking up a total of 7 different hands for Black Panther. There's a variety of poses including open claws, clutch fists, and a sculpt made specifically for holding his weapon accessory. You can bend the fingers of the sculpt slightly to position the handle inside. The weapon itself is a tribal spear, which, as the instructions warn, has a sharp tip, so be careful when handling it. There's a crisscross gold detailing at the center, and the silver handle has a plastic sculpted feather piece dangling down the side. There's also a baggie of 2 replacement ball joints for the wrists. Black Panther's primary stand is a hard plastic, black and octagon shaped, with a stylized helmet design and the Black Panther logo. The rod attaches separately to the base, as well as a metal prong piece that is used to tuck just underneath the figure's arms, and can then slide into the rod for display. Given how tall the figure is, the metal prong seems to be a bit short, so it's worth double checking the figure is sturdy in place before leaving it on its own.
One of the major selling points of this figure is his LED light display base, which enhances the stand to something much more. Firstly, you'll need to choose between one of 2 power options. The LED base can be powered either with AAA batteries or alternatively using a USB charging plug packaged in the box. Which power source you choose will determine whether you need to set the on switch to on 1 or on 2. In the packaging are 2 large styrofoam light structures with electronic wiring attached to the bottom. These seem pretty delicate, so be careful with them. There is a larger plastic base that the primary stand can be positioned inside. Carefully plug these inserts into the stand base, position the light fixtures in their bases, flip the on switch, and watch Black Panther glow. Black Panther's suit is covered in luminous reflective patterns that glow and shine shades of blue and purple under the LED unit's black light. It's visible in any lighting conditions, but looks especially amazing in the dark. These effects mimic his suit's power absorption function directly from the film, and from the looks of it, he's fully powered up for a counterattack now. To top off his display, there is also a large matte paper backdrop included that you can prop up using 2 cardboard pieces. I was a little confused how to set this up at first, but you're apparently supposed to tilt the bottom flap of it backwards and then attach the pieces from there. It has artwork of the Black Panther just beneath the logo and makes for a great completed display setup. Alright, so here are our final thoughts on Hot Toys Black Panther. I was already a huge fan of Black Panther as a character, but as a more recent Hot Toys collector, as soon as I started looking up and seeing the gorgeous luminescent glow feature of this figure's suit, I knew I had to have him. Like most Hot Toys, he is very lifelike in person, and this is an especially fun and striking figure to position in dynamic poses for display and photography. There are some delicate pieces here, so I would definitely be cautious with maintenance of the suit in particular. The styrofoam light fixtures do also seem a bit flimsy, and you need to be careful jostling them too much because I noticed even slight dispositioning can cause one of the lights to unplug and not work inside the fixture. But once it's good to go, like, woo, this guy would make a killer display piece in the dark. The LED luminosity effect is stunning in person, and to me, worth the price tag on its own. There are certain little details, as we previously mentioned, that could have been a bit more realistic or improved upon, but overall, I'm incredibly grateful to own this figure. He's a very special part of my collection, and there's just something so eye-catching about the sleek, feline-esque Panther aesthetic on a collector shelf.
Hot Toys are known for their hyper-realistic figures, and their version of Black Panther is no exception to that. I tend to like their figures that are completely covered in the bodysuit. As to me, it makes them extra lifelike when you can't see any of the joints. So I think Black Panther is a must-have if you are a fan of the film or the MCU in general. His bodysuit is incredibly detailed, and you can really admire the craftsmanship that took to recreate this iconic character. I think the LED light is a great addition and really sells this figure as a unique purchase. The Hot Toys Black Panther figure is hard to come by nowadays, but if you are able to get your hands on him, I think you would be incredibly satisfied with your purchase.
Thank you for joining us for our review of Hot Toys Black Panther. Once again, make sure to check out the information and donation links in the description below. Wakanda definitely will live on forever, and so will our love and admiration of Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther. Everyone stay safe out there, and we will see you next time. Bye.